Hey, you guys, welcome back to a Monday Night Geek Out Sesh. Welcome to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. How are we doing, you guys? Alex here, Eric's here, T is here. Nightbot even showed up. Wow, thanks, Nightbot. Glad to have you all here for your Monday Night Geek Out Sesh. I hope you guys are having an incredible day. I'm already getting pictures. Okay, good. Oh, okay. T sent me a picture and I was thinking it was a bad picture, like everything's on fire. I just want to send you this so that you didn't know, but turns out it was just air fried cookies. Which, did you know you can air fry cookies? This is amazing. What great news. Oh, Alec highlighted a message. Where's the eyebrows? The eyebrows are forever gone. Though my product, I'm not going to name it because we're not sponsored, but I did order some new product to help them grow back because it was working for a while. I just got lazy about re-upping it. But if this is your very first time to a Monday Night Geek Out Sesh here at 4 Geeks by Geeks, whether you're live here on the chat on Twitch live at 8:30 Eastern Standard, or whether you are watching back after the fact on YouTube or listening back on podcast, welcome. I am so glad you are here. This is my favorite time of the week. I look forward to these things all week long. It's just our chance to relax and geek out and get to have some incredible discussions. If you missed last week, I was with Steggy Stardust and we were talking relationships and geeking out and cosplay and how they all mix together. And if you don't know my guest tonight, then you're going to swiftly fall in love with him, just as everybody I know has. But before we get to that, I want to know the question of the day. So if you use that command QOTD, I want to know, how did you fail this week? How did you fail this week? Because we all failed at some point. My fail, I failed quite a lot. And it's hard to pick, but I'm going to go with my most recent fail, which was directly before the stream when nothing I could do would get these headphones to work, and I couldn't hear anything out of them, and it was making me so mad. So do you know what I did? I turned that motherfucker back on. Wait, off and then back on. And it worked. It fixes the universe, that and duct tape. Eric, I'm sad you missed last week too. It was a lot of fun, but I understand you're out of shoot. Alex says, I failed not telling Boser I love him enough. Oh. If you tell me once, you tell me ever. You didn't fail in my book. I failed at fighting. I lost all my fights. I'm sore. Fights? What fights? Are you fighting? Are you in like a fight club, Alec? This is amazing. Oh, and thank you for asking about Harper, my bulldog. She's healing a little bit better. She had ACL surgery months ago, but then something got infected, so we had to go back in. Oh, you fought a prison guard. Well, anyway, I shared my fail. I want to hear from you, but more importantly, I want to hear from my guest tonight, because you guys, you should stick around if you are here, because we're going to have some really cool conversations. He is Juan Pintor, the photographer, the Pintographer, and we've had some side discussions on the side, which is where the side discussions happen, about how like that creativity has kind of unlocked like the higher versions of ourselves. And so that's what I'm really looking forward to digging in tonight. And then stick around, because as long as the conversation isn't too chef smooch that I can't tear myself away, I've got a really special game where we're gonna kind of bring some things into focus to see if we can guess what they are. So stick around until the end. But I'm tired of waiting. He's kind of nervous, you guys. I'm gonna let him know that you're kind of nervous. You have been nervous, so you guys got to get him lots of love. This isn't something he does a lot, and I promised that I'd take care of him and I make him feel loved, so you can't make a liar out of me. I want to see some emojis in the chat, some claps, some hoo-has, some hoots. Give it up for the one and the very only Juan Pintor. Give it up, everybody.
Hello. Hi. This is so cool. I feel like I should be coming through a curtain or something.
Oh, you did. I had a lot of graphics. That was amazing.
I walk to the stage. You shake my hand.
We can do that. We can do that. Here, put your hand off to the left. Other side. Other side. There we go. Hey, so nice to meet you.
How are you?
This is how people shake hands. Thank you. Yeah, we don't you raise your elbow above your ear to shake hands?
It's how you do it in the Midwest.
Yeah, you go in for that really high. Hey, how you doing there?
You're just so tall, so I have to go high.
I'm not that tall, not that tall. Hey, Julia, welcome to First Time Chatter. Everyone's
Hi.
blowing up in the chat for you, Juan. How's your
Oh
day
my
going,
gosh.
bud?
It's going pretty awesomely, actually. I'm here hanging out with you and all you fine people out there in the verse.
In the verse,
That's right.
the fug
Work
buggy
went really
verse,
well,
as I like to
actually.
call it.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah, it
happen.
was a good day at work. So I'm riding that high from work. I can't really
Good.
talk about it because it's like there's an audit happening, and that's as much as I can say.
Secret
But it's going
CIA
very
audits.
yeah. But it's going so well enough to put me on this high right now. So
Good.
yay.
I'm thrilled because I know that you talked to me about that previously, and I was really concerned that
I know,
something
it's
wouldn't
always
go
so
well,
okay.
and then you'd have to bring that sad energy into this and like feel like you had to fake it or
I
something. And
know. I
nobody
just
wants
come
that.
in here. I've got like rain clouds behind me and
Yeah. Well, Juan, before we get
yeah.
into the beef of what we're going to talk about tonight, I got to know, how did you fail this week?
Oh gosh. Okay. I mistakenly shot in JPEG not too long ago.
Oh, what does that
Um,
mean?
so okay, you
For
can like
for those who don't know, because I obviously know.
Eric will know.
Yeah,
um,
he said oof.
but okay, see, he knows. So but I caught it in time. Basically, you can shoot in JPEG or you can shoot in RAW. Um, and like if you shoot in JPEG, it's sort of like the file is smaller. Like you're stuck with that picture as it is.
Okay.
You can't really tweak anything. And I was switching between too many settings in the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and I just completely forgot. I was like, huh, that's weird. Like, why does it look so not how I want it to, like not how I'm expecting it to look? So like I checked and it's like, oh, so like because I was shooting in like low key like lighting basically. I was trying to like bump up the shadows almost with
Okay.
like as like little amount of light as possible, but then that just pushed me into JPEG. I was like, why would you do this to me, camera?
And is that a
After all these
setting on a camera? Like you just push to JPEG?
yeah, well, it depends. Yeah, you can choose between like JPEG. It's much better to shoot in RAW, but you have to be ready to for all like a work that's gonna follow afterwards. That's actually what stopped me from like doing it for so long. I was so scared of it, but then it's like, oh, like Juan, try it out. Like jump in, give it a shot. And it's like I love shooting in RAW, and that was so much great. um, but it's like it's very easy to see the massive difference between the two. Like,
Okay.
uh, yeah. I just like it's not the end of the world, but it's also like
Sure.
if you get that one good shot
It just
and
becomes
it's
addicting,
not,
right? Like I need all of my shots look that good.
yeah, and
Yeah.
but if you get that shot in JPEG and you're kind of stuck with that now, like it's not a great feeling. So but it's not the end of the world. It's just one of those things where like, okay, you made this mistake. It happens. Mistakes happen. You
Right.
learn from it. You hang on to it. You
You
pocket that
grow.
mistake. Yeah, you don't throw it away. You just sort of just hang on
Oh,
to
you
it
put your
and like,
mistakes in your pocket? Because I put them in the back of my mind where they'll play on replay over and over and over.
oh,
It's a
oh
fun little
no.
slideshow. I'm never bored. I just think about all my mistakes. But Eric says it's not a fail this week, but a fail to my high school self for thinking, oh, I don't need to take RAW, just JPEG. The photos are perfect as they are. But it's a place to start, right?
I get it.
Like it's a
It
place to
is
start.
like everyone starts somewhere. Like like you hear all these terms when you're starting out, and like nothing really makes sense. So you're just like, I'm just gonna hold down the button, and I'm gonna shoot in like auto mode. Auto mode will not fail me.
Of course not. They wouldn't make it auto if it was bad, right?
That's right.
Well,
Wink.
for those who don't know, and if they haven't picked up already, tell us who you are and what you geek out about.
I know I went on a rant. Okay.
Rants are accepted. They're
So
encouraged.
sweet. Okay. Okay. So I do cosplay photography. Um, and I also do like videography as well. Just sort of like cosplay music videos at local Comic Cons, but mainly it's just the cosplay photography that I focus on.
Okay.
And I feel like there was another part of that question, but I can't remember.
No, that was it. I just wanted to know if we're talking to a cosplayer, if we're talking
Might as well
to
talk.
a photographer.
Also,
What is
I'm
that?
aware of how green this looks.
What are you
It's-
drinking?
It's lemonade, I promise. It's a Michelangelo cup, and he just comes out so cool. Also, the dishwasher is like eating him away, which I'm disappointed by.
Oh my God, it looks like you were drinking straight up gamma radiation and you're gonna Hulk out on stream.
It's like it's ecto cooler.
Oh my God, Ecto Cooler! Yo, if you know Ecto Cooler in the chat, you win. Let us know.
I just really aged myself, and so did you, Boser.
Hey, that's what we're here for. Yes, thank you,
Saturday morning,
Eric.
ecto cooler.
Hell
Yes.
yeah. But that's kind of the theme of tonight is not so much aging ourselves, but realizing that we have come into our own, probably a little later in life than some people do, or maybe at the perfect time. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see where we all fall on that matter, and you in the chat too. But before we get that far, let's just first kind of talk about how you got into photography or cosplay photography. Like, how long have you been doing cosplay photography?
Yeah. 4 years. Actually, I just hit my 4th year. So
Seriously?
yeah. Right. Time flies.
No, I mean seriously. That it feels like the work you're doing, it just looks so great, and you have such a great reputation in the Chicago cosplay community already. I would have thought that you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, I surprise people with like the timetable. What is it? I was at this past C2E2. Wait, yeah, I was at this past C2E2. I was talking to Aphrodite and Carlos. Love you guys. It's freaking cool.
I love them. I want Aphrodite on the show so bad, but she won't respond to my messages.
The energy.
So
come on.
you gotta push her for me. I need her on my show.
I'm gonna. But we were hanging out after like one of the group shoots, and I think it was Carlos. He was just like, "Oh, like you're like," he was like surprised by how tired I was, and he's like, "Oh, like you're young, like you're just like you can't feel tired already." And I'm just like, "Dude, I'm 36," and he's just like, just like you just see. Just like the level of shock hit him, and he's just like, it's like, oh, I'm older than him apparently.
I would have thought he's older than you, actually.
Yes, which isn't. I'm not making fun of like Carlos in any way.
No, of course not.
Like it's just sort of like, it's. I feel like it's one of those things where like you see a photographer at a con and you just think that, oh, like this is somebody who's been at it for so long. Like they've got like all the cool gear. They have like the big cameras and the lights. They're manning the crowds. Like, so you just like you can never really tell like how old someone is in the field.
Yeah.
And it's just surprising. You can tell when they start for various reasons.
Like
which
what
we'll get
reasons?
into for me.
like when you started 4 years ago. So first tell me what pushed you to actually get started, and then talk about some of those struggles that you ran into when you first started.
Okay. Okay. So like it's funny because like I only started because I wanted to do videography. Like photography wasn't even on my radar, and he's coughing. Photography wasn't on my radar. I just didn't have like a push for it. I kept seeing like all these like cosplay music videos on YouTube and online. I was just like, that's cool, that's fun. That just seems like such an awesome thing to create. I want to make that. So like I bought this little powerful little like point and shoot camera. Like it's small but it's powerful, and I still have it. I haven't used it since probably like the end of year 2.
Okay.
But like I went to like it was like C2E2 2019, and I had this little camera. I had a makeshift like handheld rig. It looks so jinky thinking about it now.
What do you mean
It's just sort of
handheld? Or like what did you make it out of?
It was just like things that really didn't belong together, but I cobbled together to make sort of like a handheld, like rig to like steady the cam, where it's sort of like it's a selfie stick and sort of like an L mount, and I was just like, boom, this is how I'm gonna like film people just like that with a ring light, and it's gonna be cool. And like it's one of those things where like you it's like the equivalent of looking back on a high school like yearbook photo, and you're just like, ah, like that was my look at the time. But everyone starts somewhere. That's the thing. So
Everyone
like
starts
that's
somewhere.
how I started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I remember being so nervous about this thing because I was like, I had never done it before. And I'm hitting the microphone. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
um, okay.
You're not allowed to
I
apologize
don't
the
know.
rest of the episode.
It's the first time. Okay, cool. No apologies,
There you go.
Ivana. Um, and so like, where was I?
You
Yeah.
were
So
walking
like, I was
around with
super
this
nervous.
shit you pulled out from the basement.
Yeah. Amazon. And like, yeah, I just remember feeling like super nervous about it and like just like approaching people. Like I would stammer, I would talk very low. Like I just like it was like I just sort of like dove into the end of the cosplay pool. I didn't know anybody. I remember seeing like the big group shoots and like by the escalators, and
Yeah.
I just see Eddie, and I'm just like, who is that? Who's this cool, like this godlike photographer that I don't know? And like he's just like commanding this group. And I remember being like intimidated, honestly, just sort of like I felt like I was like infringing on like the turf of the world.
Like,
Like
yeah, imposter
uh
syndrome. You're not allowed to be there. You don't really belong.
exactly. Yeah, like it just like it just hit me right away. And I was just like, okay, like you have this stuff like and you tried. I remember I just like just to like refresh myself on my history, like I watched the first video. It's not great, but like the love is there. I'm not gonna like get rid of it or delete it because it's like like I said, like you make something, it's not great, not really a mistake, but you just keep it, you just hang on to it, like you get to see
You
that
start
like growth.
somewhere, right?
Yeah. And so like the following con, like Wizard World 2019,
Mhm.
I was just like, okay, try again. Try another cosplay music video. Um and by that point I was starting to like get to know people in the community. Um and then one of them, like Tin Man,
Yeah.
he invited me yeah, he invited me to an Umbrella Academy shoot. And I was just sort of like, yeah, why not? Like I could potentially get some good stuff from there, like for the video. And then I go, and it was like outdoors, just around the corner from the con. This is Sunday, like everybody's just tired.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
and
like the
I
chill
walk
day.
up to it. And it is, yeah. And I walk over to the group, and everyone's just hanging out, just like joking and laughing, and I'm just sort of like just like kind of there. And then people just start like talking to me and like approaching me and asking me things, and like just like joking around. And all of a sudden it's like I didn't feel like a stranger. Like I just felt like, okay, cool, it's like it's Sunday and we're all tired, but it's like we're like I didn't feel like a loner, which is kind of just something that kind of just like permeates in my life for a bit.
Interesting.
um yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
um but yeah, I just like uh yeah, I was at the shoot again. Like Eddie was there, and again, like I felt nervous because it's like, oh gosh, like is he mad at me? Like again, like that thing where you just get in your head about like
Oh,
things that aren't probably real, but you just have that tiny voice with a loudspeaker that's just like, okay, no, like you got in his way, you annoyed him last time, like you're just like you're gonna get in his way now, and I just felt so worried in the moment. And it was just like the exact opposite. Like Eddie's just like, okay, cool. Like, he's like, oh, hey, and then it's like, he's like was letting me like jump in and like, okay, like, oh, like, do you want to get this shot? Do you want to like film this part? Do you want to like do this? I'm just sort of, and like it just felt so like welcoming. And then like I think I feel like he had to leave, but then the group and I went to a lobby in the hotel across the way. And they wanted to keep doing stuff. And I was just like, okay, like I was in it, I was having fun. I didn't feel like funky, or I wasn't getting in my own way. Um, which was it was great.
there
And
it
so
is.
like
There it is. That's the whole
yeah.
moral to this story. You weren't getting in your
Yeah,
own way. So was that the
exactly.
first
And
time
so
you would say that you started to like feel like, oh, this is something I'm good at. This is what I enjoy. This is like unlocking something in myself.
absolutely, like, I remember walking away from that whole experience, like, I was just like I was on top of the world. I felt like every step was on a cloud. Like, I just felt so good and, like, happy with how, like, things went, not just on a professional level, but just sort of, like, with people.
Yeah.
Like, I just
Socially,
I
personally.
can yeah, I can be very in a bubble, like, and I'm very aware of it. I know I've done it to people where just sort of like I just like I can shut down or I can just like retreat in, and and it's not great because then it just leads to like again like this voice,
Mhm.
this imposter syndrome, like. But like you just have to like you have to remind yourself of like the good, like don't feed the bad, feed the good in your head. um
Right, those two
and
wolves,
it's
right?
yeah.
That is an incredible story because like maybe in the grand scheme of the universe it might feel like a small moment, but I think it's got so many lessons that I want all of you at home or in the chat or listening after the fact to hear, because no matter what it is, whether it's photography, whether it's cosplay, whether it's becoming a streamer, whether it's asking somebody out on a date, like whether it's starting a D&D campaign with some friends, like all of us get in our own way. I would say probably 90% of the time, it's just us putting obstacles in front of ourselves that aren't there. Like you said, I was scared that he was mad at me. I was in the way. I was upset, or I made him upset, but nothing he did told you that. You just presented those things in your own brain,
Exactly, yeah.
which is something we
um
all do. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, well, you don't do that. Don't do it. No, I do that on the daily.
oh gosh.
And it's so
um,
frustrating.
it is, and it's like it's not insurmountable. Like
Sure.
that's what I tell myself a lot of time. It's like it's gonna take time. There's no timetable for it. It's really just sort of like how often can you like pull from the negative, like the energy, how often can you pull that energy away from there and just throw it into like the positive side. Phone's distracting me. um and
That's interesting
it's
imagery you just said. Like, how much can you pull from the negative? Because in so many of our cases, those negative thoughts, I tell my students, I teach some acting students, and I always tell them that there's a dark little voice right back here, and it's just like whispering all the time. But you do have to claim moments away from that voice and say, no, this is
oh
not
yeah,
yours. This is mine.
yeah.
Wow. I've never
uh,
heard that. Pull it from the negative, and that's so fitting.
get real deep
I
in this
know.
sesh.
No, and I knew we would just because of kind of what I wanted to talk about, which yes, I want to geek out more about your photography. So let's go to your Instagram while we here and just check out some of your great photos, because
Oh
y'all
my
at
god.
home,
Okay.
if you haven't seen his great work and you are in the Chicagoland area, I want you to use Command Pintor, and you can get straight to his Instagram and check out all his great work for yourself. And then also hit him up in the DM, say, hey, are you free? I'd love to book you.
Oh
So,
yeah, you can mess with me anytime. Like
yeah.
I'm,
So we're just going to pop on over. This is your Instagram profile. And I love those shots that you sent me for like the promos, but I love these most recent shots so much. Like, are you kidding me? This is so badass.
thank you.
And I just feel
See,
like this
and
is a
that's
clear example of how much your work has grown and your eye has grown and your skill and talent has grown. Like, this is a fantastic shot.
okay because I'm very technologically deficient. So I'm looking.
Oh,
I'm looking
you
at
don't
my
even know what I'm
phone.
looking at.
I don't, but I love what you're saying.
I'll narrate a little bit. This is with Superhero Forge with the lightsabers and the smoke.
Oh yeah, I love that one. Like, I've been told that I make a sound when I get a shot, and it's a very gleeful like, oh my god.
So you know that
And
if they're
like
in a shoot
I'm
with you, if you make that sound, it's a good shoot.
yes. Like I was shooting. That's funny. I was shooting Superhero Forge like months ago, and I made the noise, and he's just like, "There it is. I know Juan got it." Like, um, but like like it's one of my favorite shots like ever. I mean, like there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
from that session that I really love. Um, but it's just like it's one of those things where like I feel like I've like really like figured out the style that I'm edging towards. Not so much edging, but sort of like I'm like more prominent. It was a crawl, but now it's like cool. Now
Yeah.
you're on your way to this style, this look. Um,
Like what? So what is that look? What are the elements that you're looking for when you're doing these photo shoots?
I try to think of like I try to think of it as sort of like a cinematic look. Like, can this be like a still from a movie, or like could this be a
Ooh,
comic book
okay.
cover? Could this be a panel? Like, I want somebody to look at one of my shots and just be like, that's that's awesome. That's cool. What's the story? Like, how like what's the detail?
Okay.
Um, and I I never want like a static shot. You know, it's sort of like that's not really what I do. I'll do I'll do like some glamour photography here and there. Like I have a close friend, like she does modeling, like we'll shoot every now and then. Um just sort of like she gets to build her portfolio and I get to practice. Um but like with that, like it's not cosplay. It's just sort of like it's just her. And that's an area that I know I really need to work on. Um, because I want to elevate that part to like where cosplay is. Like with
Okay.
cosplay, like I've been shooting that so long for like already, like I said, 4 years. Um, but that already has such um it already has like so much
Character and story within it,
exactly,
and you just
yeah.
want the shot
Like
to elevate it, match that.
exactly. And so I just yeah, like I mean I don't think there's like any one like specific way like to like describe like a person's like style or anything. It's just it's a
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
Like you know, like I'll take a picture, but then it's really more about how I feel about like the color or like the lighting afterwards. Like I know I lean into my Dutch angles. it's
What are
it's
Dutch
a gift and a
angles?
curse. It's um like when you're watching a movie and then like there's a tense moment and it's sort of like that and
Oh,
sort of like
okay.
it makes the viewer uneasy um like that's supposed to be the purpose of it
Okay.
but
Okay.
but for me like I don't think it makes people uneasy. I hope it doesn't make people uneasy when they look at my pictures but
I want to
I feel
barf
like
when
it
I'm looking at your
adds
pictures, actually.
no. I feel like it's sort of like it adds to like it adds like a dynamic angle, like not so much
Yeah.
the Dutch angle.
Okay.
Um there are plenty of movies that rely too much on a Dutch angle and you can really tell and it's awful.
Yeah, when it gets too much, then it does kind of feel like disorienting, like you're dizzy.
Yeah, Mission Impossible does it a lot.
Yeah.
Um
But you mentioned
but
that it's not so much like a I can explain that I did this. It's a feeling. Like
mhm.
Eric Jaws explained it. It's that moment of, "Oh my, did I really just take that?"
I know.
And Alec loves your Kid Flash, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
He's such a friendly cosplayer. Like Scandalicious, yeah.
as
Which is a
everyone
great
should be.
name by the way too.
Yeah, it is. But along with that feeling of knowing like, "Oh man, I got this," is like that trust to know that you're capable of making that and you can make that and you don't have to ask
Yeah.
permission to or get validation to know this is a good shot. You can look at this and like, yeah, did I just take that? That's a
Yeah.
great shot.
And that took such a long time for me
Yeah.
actually to to convince myself of like I remember like taking pictures in like year one and probably even like year two honestly and just sort of like getting feedback from people like, "Oh, that's a great shot, and that's so good, and oh my god, your work's so great." And I'm just like, "No, I unfortunately don't believe you."
Yeah. I'm not allowed to be good,
um,
but thank you.
exactly. It's sort of like, okay, like what you're telling me is nice, but like in here, like it's not registering like yet. I had to like really like convince myself, like, no, like you are doing well. Like you are growing, you are getting better. Like and that's one of the things that I really love about photography is that like you can literally see like the growth happening right there.
Mhm.
Like I can look at a picture from this year and then last year and then the year before that and just literally see like, cool, you are learning techniques, you are getting better. Um, and if you can get better at this, you can get better at that. Like it's sort of like one great influence in your life can have such a profound effect on everything else. Like
I love where you're
it's
going. I love where you're going. I just don't want to get there too soon. Put a pin in that, because I do want to know about how once you found this photography, it's like you blossomed. But for those who are picking up on the fact that like you had that growth where you didn't believe that you could be good, you didn't believe that your work was worthy. Was it just talking to yourself to convince yourself, or what did that process look like to transform your mindset to be able to accept that you were making good work, good progress, and worthy of praise?
it was a lot of back and forth. Like like I was saying before, the negative voice like can be such a powerful entity in itself. Um, and that with photography, like it just took a lot of like time and energy and just sort of like pushing myself,
Mhm.
not just to keep shooting, but just sort of like to keep learning. Like I didn't want it to be something else that I just stopped. Like I
Something
always
else you
try
just
to
stopped.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. um yeah, because that's just sort of like how my life was going for like a bit of time. Like
Hmm.
I wasn't doing anything. Like I was just working. I was just, it's like wake up, work, sleep, repeat. Like I felt like there was no need to do anything. And I don't begrudge myself for this. Like I feel like everything you do in your life leads you to a point. Like you get to where you need to go in the time that you need to get to. You don't force yourself. You don't force yourself to grow. You grow at your own time and your own pace.
Well, that's a
And
really
so
healthy
like
mindset. How did you develop that? Because I beat myself up every day. I'm like, why don't you know this yet? You should be past
uh,
this, you piece of shit. Go back to bed and just give up.
it just became a lot of like giving myself a break. Like, just like like I said, you just give yourself so much negative feedback, and at one point I was just like, just stop. Just don't do it anymore. Why don't you like do the opposite? Why don't you try something? um and I guess that's where like the videography came along. Because before that, like I said, there was nothing. Like I used to draw a lot.
Okay.
And then it just stopped. Like um because like life just became a thing to do and not to live. Like I just I went to work at Lego. I went to work at Goodwill. I worked for a marketing firm. I just kept
It's working.
doing these things. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just kept working. I just kept keeping myself alive. But I wasn't keeping like the rest of me like awake and happy and content.
Yeah. You were keeping
Uh,
yourself alive, but you weren't living. You weren't keeping yourself. I love that. I weren't keeping myself awake.
yeah. Yeah, and so
Wow.
like I just yeah. Um and like I said, it took a long time. Like and it's still a work in progress. Like I
Sure.
mean, if you're not a work in progress, then like you're not working towards something. Um
Yeah. If
and
you've
so like
arrived, then just give up.
yeah. and and that's the thing too. I feel like um, there's always something like my former boss, who I'm still friends with. Um, she would coin the term continuous improvement at work, and I remember like rolling my eyes. I was like, okay, cool, yeah,
You're right.
but it stuck with me. It stuck with me, like you know, because like why would you not want to continuously improve? Like you don't stop just because you start something. Like if you really love something, then why not keep growing? Why not keep learning? Why not keep trying? And that's just what I told myself with photography. It was just like, like see like where you can go. Like what do you want to do? What do you want to create? And I mean the answer is kind of everything at this point. Like I wanna
Yeah.
shoot so much stuff. Like I I love shooting cosplay and it's great, but it's like what else is out there that I haven't done yet? Like that's the exciting part. That it's like there are people out there that I haven't met yet, that I have yet to shoot with, um, that I will, and that's sort of like that's a fun way to consider life, is that there's someone out there yet who's going to have an effect on your life that you don't know yet. Like um,
Well, that's terrifying.
I mean, it could be a good
I
effect, it could be a
mean,
bad
that's
effect.
exciting, is what I meant.
That's the spirit.
No, oh my God, you
God,
guys, you're dropping so many like gold nuggets of wisdom. And I hope all of you
I
at home are picking those up and running with them. This is why I was excited for tonight's talk because
just run out of the chat, just take it and go.
yeah, I mean, because this was meant to be about photography, but only as a medium to talk about that, to talk about that mindset that we all desperately need to cultivate in ourselves. And
We tricked you, the audience.
I think I was pretty forthcoming in like the stories leading up to it and
You were,
the
yeah.
title. But like KJ Becker says, try talking to yourself like you talk to those the people that you love and you encourage. And she's absolutely right. And don't worry, KJ, I don't actually talk to myself that
You are
negatively.
right.
It's just there's moments, right? And there's times where you do, and you get into times where you just feel like, what's the point? I'm not doing anything, and you just exist. You're not actually living.
Oh, those times are rough. Like, um, and they're so heavy. Like, even though it's like you can look back on something and like a moment like that, and it's like you get out of it. You get out of that funk at some point, but
Yeah.
like, but in that moment, it's just like the most prevalent thing
Yeah. It's
in
like
your head.
it's like a heavy
Uh,
blanket.
it is, which I mean, in the cold, so it's a blessing,
Yeah,
but
it
not
feels good.
now.
Um, so for you, it was photography. For you at home, it might be cosplay, it might be gaming, it might be, whatever. But so many of us, excuse me, keep ourselves from that thing that we want to do and pursuing because A, we feel like we're not allowed to, we're not good enough. It might be geeky, it might be weird, it might not be mainstream. But for those people that might have those thoughts, talk about what photography and cosplay photography specifically did for you and how it helped you just kind of blossom into this amazing human being, which you are today.
Uh, let's see. Okay.
It's like where
So
to
for
start.
me, I know, no pressure, no pressure, Juan. Um, so I think for me, it really helped to like bring me out of that shell for sure. Um, because like I said, I wasn't doing anything, which then just like sort of became a, well, I don't know anyone, or
Mhm.
I wasn't, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything. Like, um, I remember like going to like the first like cosplay meetup here. It was at Dave and Buster's, and I pulled up. I was in the parking lot, and I was just like sitting there, and I'm just like, I almost thought about not going in. Honestly, I was just like, oh, but it's like, but you paid one, like why not? Just go in. If you don't like it, you can leave.
Yeah.
Like you can go play a game. Um, but this is like back when I was first starting out,
Right.
and
So just to
I
paint that
just sort
picture
of
clearly, you're in the car, you're not wanting to go in. What's that voice saying in the back of your head?
it was just you're like not gonna do well. You're probably like no one's gonna want to shoot with you. It's gonna suck. It's just sort of like just a lot of that. And like very quickly I'm just like, no, just try it. Like you're here. You drove all this way to get here.
Right.
So like and you had the Dave and Buster's card. Like if you don't like it, you can go play Resident Evil. Um
You don't have to talk to
so
anybody. You can just shoot aliens and zombies.
that's right. So like I go in, um I find the little like closed off area that they had, and everyone's just like milling about and talking. And I start to see people I know, and then I set up shop at a table, and I set up my camera and like the better rig that I bought after that.
Hey,
um,
upgrades.
that's right. It's all about upgrading. You upgrade life, you upgrade your equipment.
Yeah.
And like
Treat
people were coming
yourself.
up to me, and then like it's the first time I met Justin, who's just like, "Oh, dude, that's a nice camera," and like, "Oh, like what are you shooting with?" And like how long you been shooting? He's just asking me those questions, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, it's happening! I'm networking." And then like
You
I
have
go to
that
the
thought. Oh my
line,
God, I am networking. This is
it's
networking.
it's happening. And then like I go up to the table because like everyone's all like, oh, like we're handing out badges for photographers, so some get yours. And I go up there, and then like Eddie's there, and he's just like, Juan, I have your badge. I'm like, oh my god, Eddie knows my name. Like, but it's just like no, like why wouldn't he know me? Like I had to like it was a very clear like self clarifying moment of
Yeah.
you're in it now. Like people know you, like and like they're you know like they're talking to you. They're having fun, and like um I just began to like just joke around with people, and like we're having fun, and we were getting like yelled at by the staff because we were sitting on machines that we shouldn't have been sitting on. Um, it's all for the shot, but
Okay, get it for the shot. You can always
that's
ask for forgiveness later, but you still got the shot.
that's right. Just take it and leave and just run. But I just sort of like I felt accepted. I felt accepted at a time when I didn't really feel like I mattered, honestly. Like because I didn't have much else in my life. I felt like it's like you said, like the imposter syndrome. I felt like just a bystander in my own life, in my own world.
Yeah.
Then and then like just from that point on, I was just like, low, like push yourself, like ease yourself out, like talk to people, network, get to know others, like because you enjoy this. So like why not just like really enjoy it? Why not try and just like try to grow in this world? Like you're like you're geeky, they're geeky, geek out together. Like
Oh my God. And that's the thing, right? Like you just embrace this thing that you love, which is photography and cosplay. And
mhm.
you didn't do it in a bubble. Like you opened yourself up to others that also loved that thing. And skip ahead 4 years later or 3 years later, and now I put you out on the story. I'm like, hey, I'm talking to Juan, and everyone freaks out. They're like, oh my God, I love him. He takes good shots. He's like such a great human being. And it's all because you began to geek out loud, whatever that looked like. And for you, that was photography
Yeah.
and cosplay photography. Because I will preach this until the day I die. And I know that you preach this too. Like when you embrace that thing that you love, other people that love that will be drawn to you. And then now you're not doing it alone and you have a tribe.
Ah, I know it's so great. Like,
And
I love the tribe.
this channel
That was so great, by the way.
is such a testament to that. Because like what, it's 3 years, 4 years now. When PK and I started this, like I didn't consider myself a geek. I liked geeky things. And I still know I'm not an expert in anything. Like some people are like, hey, come on my show and talk about something. I'm like, I have nothing to talk about. I'll get excited. I'll be hyped about it, but I have nothing.
Bring the energy.
Yeah, that's all I got. But like, because we just started this thing, all of you have just embraced it. And I feel so seen and important and loved by this community, especially like the cosplay community in the Chicago area. Like, I just love you guys. And like, this is the most interaction that we have regularly is just like Instagram or over video,
Yeah.
but it doesn't fucking matter because this is like real connection, people. It's
Oh
real
yeah. No,
connection.
I love it. Like
Ugh,
like I'll comment on people's things and like we'll message every so often. It's like but like I never feel like I'm missing out on like a real friendship. It's like, no, like this is a real friendship. Like
right.
we're having fun, we're talking online, and then I'll be at a con, I'm just walking around, minding my own business, like looking for the next shot, and all of a sudden somebody's just like, oh my god, one! And I turn around and I'm just like, who is that? Who is that in that cosplay? Because it is hard, by the
It
way. I'm just
is.
saying that now. like you recognize me, but like I'm just like, who is this like Ninja Turtle
Right.
or like Mortal Kombat character? And I'm just like, hey, and they're just like, it's me. I'm just like, oh my god, it's you. And then we get to geek out and hug or high five, and
And
like it's
that
such like
moment
I
is
love
so
that moment every single
surreal,
time.
right? It's like I can't believe you were just like an idea, a invisible person, just like comments, but now like you're a real tangible person. We're hugging, and this is amazing.
I know, I love it. Like every freaking time at a con. Um,
I just come home with such a high after cons because of that
yeah,
energy, and because like I don't know much about you in your life. I don't know a lot about a lot of these people that I geek out with regularly, but I don't care. Like, yes, I'd love to know those things, but like we know that we love these fandoms and we love cosplay and it's such a hard thing to explain. And maybe you could help me. It's not that these relationships or connections feel like superficial because they don't. Even though on the surface, on paper, they are superficial. Like we don't know much about it except that I love anime, you love anime. But instantly you connect at a deeper place. And I can't put into words what that is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
um, kind of. Yeah, it's just sort of like it's more. It's a connecting feeling. It's you you have this sort of this slight fandom connection,
Yeah.
and that's just kind of enough to get to know the person.
Yeah.
Like oh, I'm not gonna judge someone based off of the anime they like,
No.
um, but like I I would be interested in like hearing like an opinion, and it's like, oh, like blank's your favorite character. That's cool. This one's mine, and just sort of like you go from there. Like you kind of like use it as like a segue in, not in like a weird way, but just sort of like, oh, like it's really like all you have to go off of in the moment because there's so much happening around you. Like you're
Mhm.
at a con,
Yeah.
and like you you just happen to be next to somebody. You just happen to see somebody with like a piece of like paraphernalia or art. Like I've approached a couple people at cons. It's like this print. I need to know where you got this one actually. um,
Which one?
the DeLorean. Like
Oh, right
I
behind you.
have like, yeah, I have an internet friend now, but it's because I wanted to know where did you get that. um, and they're just sort of like, oh yeah, it's at this booth. Like let me show you, and like they like walked me to this area. I'm just like, dude, you didn't have to. Like you could have just like told me a name or
Yeah.
something. But just like the fact that they saw how geeked out I was about like the art and like the
Yes.
fact that it's a DeLorean, it's Back to the Future, and we're walking over there and like we're discussing like how like the third one isn't great. um,
It
and
is not
and
great. It's
it's
not my
not,
favorite.
but like thankfully the artist, he made like the best one, the best looking one.
It's a little hard to
Back
see.
to the Future 2. Let's turn Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
But it's like this like street art almost. Like it's street art, but it's geeky. And it's like
I love that.
that's our segue. That's what we geeked out about. Like um and yeah, I just feel like it's more about just like again like having that connection with people and like not feeling like you need to hide yourself. Where it's like you're like yes, you're at a con, but like when you're there, like you can just be like whatever, like whoever you want to be, like
Right.
whatever you'd like to be.
Yeah. We were just talking last week with Steggy. For some reason, even though you're dressed as someone not yourself, you are somehow even more of yourself in that cosplay.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so strange. But and then the fact that you walk into
It's
this
well,
huge room and everyone just wildly accepts that is
yeah, it's very
so
freeing.
warm and wonderful.
Yeah, like it's very freeing because it's like you're not hiding behind a cosplay. Like this is something you worked on, you put your heart into it.
Yeah.
This is a character you love. Um, it's a great feeling, honestly. And just sort of, and then people like see that. It's almost like being a celebrity without
Mhm.
being self-indulgent. um,
Right.
like you're showing off your work, and people are like they're geeking out about it. They're like, and that makes you proud of it. And it's like this happy feeling almost. To like the ninth level. And I I kind of miss it, like, but like because I used to cosplay before photography. So I get what Steg was saying, but like
Okay.
now it's just sort of like I can't do both. It's too hard,
Yeah.
and it would cost too much.
Right.
Um,
But KJ Becker said you're connecting on the frequency of cosplay FM. Like you both just tuned into that cosplay and now you're
uh,
connecting. If you're not familiar with KJ, she's very into frequencies and human frequencies and just like aligning with each
nice.
other.
I
But
love it.
I love the way that John said it. It's that sensation of not having to conceal a fragment of you that you normally have to in everyday life.
Ah, exactly.
Like almost
Yeah.
your cosplay, or not your cosplaying, your costuming, you're masking this piece of you that you love because you fear judgment, you fear will this be accepted, you fear, ridicule. But at a con, you take the mask off by putting the mask on.
Oh, it's a good way. It's a great way to say that.
Ugh, I just
I
love
love
it.
it. Put it on a shirt.
Take the mask off by putting the mask on. New merch. Um, so, sorry, just to kind of tie a little ribbon on this photography discussion. So,
Uh-huh.
say there was somebody listening right now, and they were thinking of getting started with with cosplay or with photography. Um, what advice would you give that person that wasn't sure whether they should, whether they could, whether they're allowed to be at the table?
Um, try it out. Like even if you don't think it's gonna be like something worthwhile, like it's you should at least know just a little bit, like trying out a little bit at first. And and that's the point. Like you're not gonna love everything, but at least you can say like, oh, I tried blank, didn't pan out, but it's at least I tried. Um, with photography, like it's gonna be more about the experience. I feel like you can read like you can read so much about like photography
Mhm.
and like techniques and lighting and other all sorts of manner of things, but ultimately it's about like how you feel in the moment. Like grab a camera, it can be anything really. Like I've seen people take phenomenal pictures with phones, like
Oh my god,
um
yeah.
to exactly, to the point where I'm just like, "Man," like, I don't begrudge them because it's not about the tech, it's about the eye. So, like, test yourself to see, like, oh, are you gonna have, like, that eye at first? And it'll be hard, because you're not gonna know right away. You're not gonna know about, like, angles or, like, the rule of thirds,
Yeah.
but it's really just about how you feel in the moment. Like when I first took like that really good photo at like the Umbrella Academy shoot, I'm still proud of it now to this day. I want to like frame it on my wall and put it
Yeah.
right there. But I took it and I was just like this is like the feel. This is like the what I wanted in the moment, and it just made me feel like it just like propelled me up to like this like feeling of like accomplishment. Like
Yeah.
it was just like me and a camera on a chair, like that I shouldn't have been standing on. um, but it's fine. It's like Sunday, like in a lobby. But I just feel like people should just sort of like I said, try it out. and it could be anything really. Like take a picture of your dog, like go downtown, take like look at
Oh
skylines,
my God, I
look
love
at
some of your Chicago pictures.
oh, thanks.
Like during quarantine, they
um
were just so great. Y'all, please
yeah,
just use the command Pintor and go check out his stuff later after
yeah.
this.
I don't have it, but there's not a picture, but I had to like scurry away because Lori Lightfoot was like giving me like evil eye. But between those photos, I had to like scurry away because it was like her and like a security detail, and I'm sure I looked very sketchy wearing a mask and a camera,
Oh yeah,
and like I was wearing a
look like
jacket even though it
paparazzi.
was very hot. Yes, and I'm just like, hi, I'm going this way. Just don't throw any of your goons at me. Um, it was very surreal, but I just felt like I had to get out of there. Uh, but
Sorry, just
yeah,
to
I
kind of
just
go back to what you said. Uh,
okay,
so great advice is one, just try. Like
just try.
you don't have to have all the equipment because it's not about the equipment in the end anyway. It's about the eye. And even if
Yeah,
you don't have the eye to start, you will develop it if you just try.
yeah, and just keep working at it. It's gonna feel slow going at first because you're gonna be hard on yourself at first. So you're gonna feel like you're
Yeah.
not making a lot of progress. Um, and that's the thing. Like, don't be hard on yourself in that beginning. Like, because you could be getting in the way of something good for you, like in your life, really. Um, and and again, I just feel like it should be fun. Like don't see it as work. Don't see it as like a means to an end.
Yeah.
Like because then again, you're gonna get in your what you're gonna get in your own way, a different way. If you treat it as something else, like then because then it's like then what's the point? Like what's the point in having this when it's not gonna make you happy?
Yeah, we have to tell
Um,
ourselves, I have to remind my guys here on the channel all the time. Like when you're always thinking like what's next, what's next, what's next, and that we're getting stressed. I'm like, y'all, this has to be fun. Like if we're not having fun, it's gonna become work and we're gonna hate it and then it's gonna die. Like we've got to,
yeah.
yes, we should always
Mm.
strive to get better, but only to the point that it's continuing to like blossom that love for what you're
Yeah.
doing. If somebody wanted to get started, what's like the bare minimum of equipment? What's like the very
The
first
bare
few
minimum.
steps that they should need? For those that are fighting you, be like, okay, but you still need some equipment. What's like the very few things that they should go get?
Okay, person asking this question. um, fine. I would recommend. I wish I could like throw like a cough drop your way.
I'm sorry, y'all. I know I've been coughing this whole
But
time. I'm getting over a
you're
cold.
fine.
I'm trying to like throw the mic away but oh well.
I lean
It's what it
away.
is.
I lean away from the mic now. Okay. um, okay. So I would say. Okay. Yes. So you will need some kind of equipment for sure. Like I said, you can use your phone, but I'm not begrudging people who take pictures with their phones, but like we see that a lot. Like people stop in the middle of a sidewalk
Yeah.
to take a picture on their phone, and you're just sort of like, oh my god, hey, and like it. I feel like there's just sort of like that like ingrained sense of side eye in society now. When people see that, it's just like, it's like they're taking a selfie or they have a selfie stick. So okay, to avoid that, I would recommend really like investing in a good first like cheap camera, not like cheap in quality, but like because cameras are going to be expensive no matter what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Um, but like what really helped me out was like YouTube. Honestly, like I would research like all these different cameras when I was looking into my second camera, um, and like somebody on Reddit was just like, oh yeah, like if you just like type in like this camera test footage, like you get to see like the pictures, you get to see video quality, and that really helped me out with finding my second camera. My dog is somewhere now.
You have a dog?
Also, I have a dog. Yes.
What kind of dog?
I can hear him. Like,
Is he invisible?
he's a Shih Tzu Terrier.
Is he a
No,
spectral dog?
sometimes. Hold on.
Oh, doggy,
Hold on.
doggy, doggy. While he's finding his dog, y'all, what are
There
you
you go.
hearing? Please, if you are feeling encouraged by this show at all tonight, then it'll be live on YouTube and on podcasts after the fact later this week. And you can share that with anybody you need. You can go back and listen to it, including all of my coughing. But like, there's been such great things. Juan, you're so wise.
Oh, thank you.
What the hell? Nobody told me this.
I'm wise in my old age.
Your old age with your puppy. What's your puppy's name?
Toby.
Oh, Toby. Hi, Toby. Hi, Bubba. You good boy. You're the goodest boy. We like dogs here. We stand dogs here at 4 Geeks by Geeks.
Dogs are the best. I just want to pet all of them.
Okay, last question before we transition into something slightly different. If somebody was like, oh man, he's so cool. His photos are so great. I want to book him. How do they do that?
Okay. So there are several ways to contact me and or book me. Okay. See, I'm paranoid because like now my dog's in front of the mic, but I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, it's fine. Hi, Jobs. He's distracting me now. So I have a website, pintography.net. You can visit it to check out like some more of my recent work. You can also look at different packages on there that I have. It was giving me some grief a few weeks ago with booking people. So if that doesn't work, like I said, feel free to like reach out to me on Instagram, even Facebook. Like, you know, I don't feel the need to like be like, oh, like some like shadowy figure on social media. It's like, no, like let's talk, let's geek out, let's like, you know, let's fanboy about things.
Yeah.
Like, you can hit me up about anything. Like yeah, so like if anyone's like interested in like shooting something, because like I said, like it doesn't have to just be cosplay. It could be like anything. It could be horror, it could be like glamour, it could be like just all manner of things. He's distracted.
I love that Friday the 13th shoot that you did with Superhero Forge and Poison Rose cosplay.
Oh, that was so fun. It was so hot too.
Like hot outside,
and
dead center of summer.
And a good lesson.
What was the lesson?
Bring bug spray and vet the others around you.
Okay.
Because they're great. And I'm gonna leave it there.
Got it.
Yeah. No, I love Poison Rose and Superhero Forge. They're so fun to work with. We work together a lot now, and it's because of that one shoot. Like again, a year ago, I didn't know them, but then all of a sudden, like you know, Poison Rose just reached out to me, and she's like, "Oh my god, do you want to do a shoot?" Like, I was just like, "Yeah, why not?" Like,
they're so fun,
and then it's just like they are.
Superhero Forge has been actually he was the very first guest here on this new Twitch version of Geek Out Sesh. I kind of need to have him back on because it was so new that I don't think people watched as regularly as they are now. And I want everyone to see what he does, which is so cool with this fitness and making you a real life fucking superhero. But I think I'm going to have him and Poison Rose together. Could be fun.
Oh my gosh.
Could be fun.
They're going to be so fun.
But please go use the command Pintography, or no, just Pintor, and you can get to his Instagram. But I did drop the link for your website in the chat, so people can go check out that and hopefully get you some bookings. Because if you've learned anything tonight, you're not only getting a photo shoot out of this, man, you are getting life lessons, and you are getting encouraged, and you were getting like such warm energy that like I can physically feel from here. So I can't imagine how good it feels to be shooting with you. Yeah, I feel like I got some warmth. And I know it's not the LED TV.
I'm just a very warm person. Okay, now, and speaking of warmth, he's a very warm dog. I know, he's so much hair. Gotta give him a haircut. Can
we get we wanted to get rid of the Boser cam and focus on the dog, but the dog's gone. Sorry. Too late.
Aha.
Oh, John, you're right. We are coming up on a year in June. Oh, there he is. There's Toby Bubbies.
I need a haircut.
Oh. Maybe I do need Troy back on as a 1-year anniversary guest. You know what? I don't even keep track of
Do it.
anniversaries. I'm not like sentimental that way. So, John, thank you for reminding me. We're going to do something special for the 1 year. Actually, it was September. I do remember it was September that we started. So we got some time.
Huh.
It feels like it's been a year. I know. We've been doing this forever. but I'm ready for something completely different. How about you?
I am.
I'm ready for a little game I like to call Out of Focus. That one, that's the button I meant to push. That's why you need to organize your Stream Deck, friends. Okay, here's how this is going to work. I have a collection of characters of all kinds of genres. Before they're comics characters, they're movie, TV show characters, all kinds of characters. And I've blurred them out heavily. And Juan is going to compete against you, the chat, to see who can guess these characters first. He has never seen them.
Just I love you.
You might get a little advantage because there might be a slight delay, but I don't know. Maybe the delay kind of pans out the same. So let me pull this up. Let me get my ducks in a row here. We're going to come over to this and we're going to switch your lovely Instagram over to, where is it? This one. Love doing things live. I tried not to have to do this live, but I didn't figure out a way that I could do this.
It worked before.
Excuse me. These aren't, that's not what I want. Where's the, oh my God, where is it? I'm trying to get over to Illustrator, but it's not an option.
Oh no, it got away.
What the heck? Why? Why, bro? Hello?
Hi.
Well, this is what this button is for. Worked a second ago. Oh, now we're back.
Yeah.
Because I can't do technical difficulties and this button. Oh, come on. This worked before. I'm mad. This is just making me look stupid now. Not to say I'm not, but come on.
Come on.
This fucking worked before. I'm so annoyed. I'm just annoyed. Okay, so here's what we do.
Here, describe characters to me.
We take that. Yeah. How good are my... We're just going to do this live in the chat. There we go. Add source. We're going to... Let's add a new source instead. Adobe. Add source. Adobe. And, oh, imagine that. Look, there it is.
I can't see it.
Garbage. I know you can't, but they can. They see me putting this all over the screen. This just makes me mad. Like, absolutely nothing changed. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. And yet, oh, we're just going to act like everything's fine now.
Is it because you turned everything off and back on?
Basically, I canceled the browser tab, the window capture. Did it again. Okay, so let me share this with you so now you can see what's happening.
Here we go. Watch screen.
Stupid people don't know cells are hexagonal, so wait, are they? They're hexagonal? I didn't know that. Okay, so I'm going to slowly bring this into focus, much like your life became once you found photography. See how it keeps it deep? We're keeping it deep, y'all. And you're going to try to guess to see what this is before chat does. So
I'm just someone I don't know.
I've got chat here. I think I did pretty broad, well-known characters. You should know them.
Okay.
I have a feeling you're going to know them. Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, here we go. Number 1.
Chat, I love you. Don't hurt me.
We're starting.
Okay.
Slowly bring it into focus. I'm going to stop there. What are your guesses? Hit me with some guesses.
There?
Yeah.
That's where you're stopping.
I'll do it more, but I want to guess first.
Okay. Bigfoot. Okay. It's somebody possibly red. Here we go. Okay, we're getting closer. Possibly some rocks.
Okay.
Is it ET?
Actually, I couldn't even tell you who it is until it's into focus. I can't remember.
True. Okay.
All
right.
Alex has Red Hood.
Okay.
Okay, let's bring it a little more into focus. I know it's not Red Hood. I do remember who it is.
Enhance. Aha! Deadpool. Wait. Yeah.
It's Deadpool!
Hey.
Good job! Ooh, John also said Deadpool. John guessed it. I think he might have guessed it a little first, but here's what I'll do. Because I like you both, I'm going to keep a real score.
Oh, shit.
With a whiteboard.
John.
I have a whiteboard. And now I just need this. Oh, that's a highlighter. Nope.
Somehow the whiteboard fails.
Somehow I can't find my marker. I can't find my marker.
Is it?
No, I had a dry erase marker once upon a time. Once upon a time. Come on, where'd you go, Bubba? Hello.
Am I falling?
No, I'm falling over the place. Okay, well, we're not gonna use the whiteboard because I can't find it, but
we're
gonna keep it on my phone. New note.
Pen and paper.
Oh, I do have pen and paper actually. Okay, here we go. Here's some of an old Geek Out session. I was drawing shit. So JP. Let's say JP versus chat. And because I wasn't keeping a good enough time, it's 1-1. You both got it.
We're all winners.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of us more than others. Okay.
All right, you ready for number 2?
Yes.
Here's some blobs.
Hi, Deadpool. Oh god. Oh. Looking at an eye exam.
Right? It kind of makes it's a little trippy.
A tornado? Is it Twister? Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna come down a little bit. We're gonna bring it into focus. Enhance.
Okay.
Enhance.
Okay.
Okay, any guesses?
Oh gosh. Okay. Something gray, possibly Casper. With some red and yellow on the side. Any real Pan's Labyrinth vibe.
Ooh, it could be this guy.
That guy, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay, Alex says looks like a
maybe
girl.
A Pokemon?
Maybe a Pokemon.
This is where my mind goes.
Okay, I'm gonna enhance.
Okay.
Alex says Inuyasha. No.
Full Metal Alchemist.
It's Full Metal Alchemist. Alphonse and Edward. Nice job. You get a point. Oh, Alex says he's never seen that show. Well,
me neither.
Should study up. But you still knew it.
Yeah, like just
proud of you.
I have cousins who love anime.
But God, this is strangely more fun than I thought it might be. I was like, oh, this game's gonna be lame. But you gotta mix it up, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now it's 2-1. Chat, you gotta take him down. Type faster. Okay, we're enhancing.
A heart. Okay. Something green.
Somewhere that's green. That was for you, John.
Nice.
Okay, what is that? I honestly can't remember what any of these are, and I just did these yesterday.
It's clearer if I back up.
Alex says in the chat said, Baby Yoda. It's Baby Yoda!
Grogu.
It's Grogu. It is. All right, chat. That's 2-2. Nice
Good
job.
one. Yeah, like I was not gonna get that. I mean, maybe with further love. No, come back, Baby Yoda.
Bye, Grogu.
Ever. He'll be back. He'll be back in season 3.
Wait, his name is not Yoda. No, it is not Yoda. It's Baby Yoda. It's Grogu.
Sorry, spoilers. Yeah, I was a friend of mine he's just watching like season 1 of Mandalorian,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I was just
just
like,
now?
oh yeah, and I was just like, oh yeah, and I was just like, dude, you have to watch it. Like season 2 is gonna blow your mind, and season 3 is what it is. But season 2 is where it's at, and I was just like talking to him. I was just like, oh, and then Grogu, I mean Baby Yoda, like he didn't catch it, so I was just like, I don't want to spoil anything for him.
But I mean, what's in a name? Like the fact we know Grogu, we still don't know anything about him.
That's true. Except he's adorable.
It's
and
cute.
He was there.
And I
He
love
was
the
there
real
the night everyone
puppetry.
died.
Oh God.
Right?
Poor kid.
Oh, the practical effects are so good.
So good. I just love some. I'm a sucker for some practical effects. It just takes me back to
know.
my old school 80s, 90s movies when that's all we had.
Yeah, like it's annoying because nowadays it's like everything is just CGI.
Everything.
Like
I know.
everything.
I want some real
Like,
things.
Yeah, I want real tauntauns.
Yes.
I want real armor. I want everything. Whatever. I could rant about that for a whole other hour if we had the time.
That'll be another
But I
day.
won't.
Another day.
I won't.
Okay, let's bring this into focus. And sorry for the podcast listeners. I realize that your listening experience is a little less than, so you'll just have to pop on over to Spotify or hope that actually I got in on that video podcasting, which became available to me.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Mazel tov.
describe what you see.
Cup is so green. Okay. Oh, we're fine. Okay. My instinct says Green Lantern.
Okay, Alec also said Green Lantern.
but there's like thousands.
All the Green Lanterns. The Green Lantern Corps. I don't believe it's Green Lantern. I'm going to bring it into focus a little more.
Oh, Loki.
Hey.
Wait. Oh, but I have to be specific.
Get specific. Get Pacific. Specific.
President Loki.
There it is. President Loki.
Oh, look at me, so smarmy.
You said Loki first. Alec did say Loki, but then you specified President Loki. Alec, you also haven't seen Loki? You're falling behind, my dude.
I mean, neither have I.
Okay.
It's funny because I watched all the other shows. Like I watched like What If and WandaVision and
right.
Winter Soldier.
They're so good. I honestly keep watching them because I know they're all going to come into play. Like they're connected into the larger MCU, and so I need to keep up.
Yeah, like Multiverse of Madness is going to be like ridiculous. Like just all these shows are going to be this movie.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Okay, here we go.
All right, the sun.
It's a new one. This one's kind of weird. It's not weird. It's maybe a little slightly more obscure.
Is it Ben Grimm?
It hasn't been on Disney Plus. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, bringing it into focus. Bringing it into focus. Okay, what do you think?
What is that?
Like knowing what it is, it's so interesting, but like you can't see it.
Okay, this is a character.
This is a character.
Okay, because what
Alex says red panda. Nope, not red panda. Not seeing red.
Seeing orange and possibly flowers.
Alex says, I don't think I've seen this movie. This isn't a movie. I'll tell you that. It hasn't been a movie or an anime.
Oh. It's oddly specific, actually.
I'm going to bring it slightly more into focus. This like scales. If you go a little too far, then instantly it becomes very focused.
Is it Squirrel Girl?
It's Squirrel Girl!
Yes!
Nice job! Oh my God.
Oh, wow, okay.
Juan, you are killing it.
She's just so adorable.
She is the cutest. Though I did see, when I was searching for these things and I searched Squirrel Girl, I'm going to come back to this for a hot second. I I saw the girl that does the AT&T commercials has been like cast as Squirrel Girl in like an upcoming
Like-
show.
Like live action?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow. Good for her.
I did 0 reading. I only went on headlines and I formed very strong opinions, but I'm excited.
I like her. Yeah, I guess I could kind of see that.
I mean, she's charming as
it's not,
AT&T.
Like, yeah, at least it's not like Flo from like,
Oh yeah.
what is it?
Progressive.
That one insurance. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It's just it became too much too quickly. But anyways.
Okay, we're gonna keep going. I was afraid I was gonna run out of these. I've got plenty more, so we're gonna burn through them quick.
Sweet.
You ready? Okay.
Yes. Let's do this.
Alex says blue shoulder pads looks like a prince. Is it someone from Witcher? Because I don't know his name. No, it's not. Flynn Rider?
Austin
Nope.
Powers.
It kind of does look like Austin Powers. Nope.
11.
It's 11. Nice job. Good. Damn, another point for Juan. Y'all get on it.
Where am I?
It is 5-2, chat.
Oh, nice.
My camera always takes a hot second to. I can't tell when it focuses because I have to cover it. There you go.
Register.
Yeah. It's probably backwards, but oh well. Oh, Alex says I'm too young. I hate Stranger Things. Alec, I'm trying not to judge you, but I'm kind of judging you.
But it's so good.
It's so good. Okay, here we go. Next rapid fire. Here we go.
Egos. Okay. Okay. Blanca.
This one I'm gonna go really slow because you might get it. Oh, Alec already got it. TMNT Raphael.
Dang it.
And you are drinking out of a Ninja Turtle cup. You poser.
I am.
Let me just undo everything you said about Imposter Syndrome for the last hour and a half and say, you are a fake fan. You don't belong here.
Oh.
Good job,
Okay.
Alec. You got one for the chat.
Nice.
Okay, next.
Should have gotten it.
That's okay. I knew that red would give it away.
Threw me
So
off. Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Alec. You got the old school TMNT.
Also, in my defense, his coat is not that white. Okay. Oh gosh.
He says gingerbread man from Shrek. No.
Is it? What is it? That thing from Five Nights at Freddy's or Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes, it is. That would be Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
The most terrifying game. Of course, all of those games.
Yes.
What's up, DSB? Welcome. We are playing a game called Out of Focus. And
I'm winning.
he is winning 6-3. And
oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm bringing characters into focus, and it's you versus Juan to see who can guess it first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're rapid firing. John, I need help here. You're old like Boser. Alec, I hate you. God, such a bully troll. My mods are the worst. Okay, I'm gonna go slow on this one because I don't want to give too much away. Ooh, John's not much help because he says he's lagging.
Is it anime?
I'm not gonna say.
I know. Okay. Okay. Not Kirby.
Ooh, Alex said evil professor from Harry Potter, and John said Umbridge.
What?
It would be Umbridge.
What? Ow.
Nice. I told you we're all over the map with these characters. Just so you don't get too comfy.
Okay.
Good job, Alec and John. You just got chat a point. They're catching up to you.
My hubris has caught me.
Haha. Pride goeth before the fall. Are these big enough? Can you see them okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Not really, but we'll go with it. Okay, here we go. I do not remember what it is. TSB said Bonesaw McGraw. No, it's not. Bonesaw is ready. No.
Nice.
Not Pacific Rim. Not Thor.
Uh,
Alex says, ooh, now I'm torn. Alex said Halo. You said Master Chief. So I'm going to give that to both of you because you both had it. Just you use different words. This is actually shot from the new Paramount Plus coming that I'm really excited about.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's different, but like, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's bound to be like different in some way.
This is gonna make me buy Paramount Plus. Sole reason.
I'm just gonna sign up for the trial. Just binge the show.
Alec, there's been a new Halo game like every year since 2001. So don't come at me with this. I was born in 2001 shit. It's a moot point at this point. There's Paramount Plus is a new show. Like, it's still relevant.
Yeah. Halo Infinite.
Yes.
Just came out. I still play the Master Chief Collection. Now, it takes me 20 minutes to log into the lobby, but whatever.
Right? It's so annoying. Okay, we're going. I don't know who it is.
Moana.
Not Moana. I only know when you say it who it's not. But I can't remember who it is.
Lion King.
Thank you. It is Groot. It is Groot. You got it just before chat. And we are going to wrap it up right there because we got the alert that Juan, my setup is so shitty that after so long, everyone's audio just hits the fan. So that's how we know it's time to end the Geek Out Sesh. So congratulations, Juan.
I'm a winner.
You are a winner.
Wait, I can't see the score.
And you can see the score. There you go. What is it? 8-5. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You did the thing. I'm proud of you.
Kind of hairy there.
It was close. It was neck and neck. Juan, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Did you have a good time with us?
I did. I had such a blast. It was so fun.
So, I know that you were nervous before. Did it kind of pan out? Did you realize that it's easier than you thought?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I just, like, very quickly, like, it just felt very, like, natural, and just, like not so much like an interview, but just sort of, like, get the conversation. We're talking, we're laughing, you know.
I tried telling you. I tried telling you. That's what this is. That's why I fucking love these. Like this, it's just all the conversations that we would have on a con floor. We just get to have it here. And you guys at home, thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first Geek Out Sesh, like I said, come back next week. We will be here every single Monday. Now that I'm saying that, I'm thinking I might have to work late next Monday. So we'll see. But usually on a Monday night at 8:30, we will be here live on Twitch, and you can always find it after the fact on YouTube and podcasts. Just search For Geeks by Geeks wherever you find your favorite podcasts, and check us out on YouTube at For Geeks by Geeks. And but in the coming weeks, we've got quite the long list of amazing streamers, cosplayers, artists, and even Alec in the chat is coming up later in April for his birthday stream. So I know all of you who love your Alec as much as we do, you want to be here for that. But Juan, we end each show with a little special way. I'm going to say, as always, I am Boser, and you are?
I am Juan.
And we always, there you go. And then, do you know what we say at the end? And you just keep? Hey! He got it. That was a pop quiz. We did not practice that. Proud of you. Now let's do it together. Until next time, you just keep geeking out. Good night.